Yo, what is good, YouTube? And in this video, I'm gonna show you how I played realistically in what is possibly the cheesiest game mode in NBA 2K23 and came out on top. So I used a combination of stick skills, ISO plays, some post-up plays, but the defense is conducive to trying to limit how you use sauce online. So here I'm gonna show you the value of reading defenses, running set plays, choosing the right freelance for you, and trying to execute your offense in the context of a play style and a lineup that is considered meta, it's considered cheesy, he sticks to certain principles that will try to prevent you from executing at will. But in this video, I'm going to show you how to succeed in Unlimited without compromising your playstyle and going into that cheesy playstyle. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let's get into it. Alright, so this isn't a live commentary, so I'm just gonna talk over my thought process and how we succeeded in this game. So first I wanted to see what his lineup was, and I was in for it. This is a lineup that's he's got everything, and my starting five competes pretty well. I have a decent bench, but it's not competitive with this bench. So I'd say at this point I'd give him a +8 point advantage just in terms of the lineup advantage. And the important thing I do right here is I set my freelances. I don't even bother with defensive settings. I just have tight on ball and off ball, and the rest I think is on automatic, except going screens I go under. So I chose Pelicans 2018 and 21 delay as my freelance, and as you can see, he's got the ultimate cheesy lineup: Jokic on point guard, Team Mac Radiant at shooting guard, and the Giant trio basically. So he's got a record of 50 and 42, which isn't necessarily considered like top tier, but in my opinion, you're playing Unlimited against the sweatiest of the sweats, so that kind of record is to be expected. So the first thing I do here is I choose 21 delay freelance and see what I can do based on how he will try to defend me out of these coverages. So I botched the play right there. I still end up with an open three. I really don't like players like Tim Thomas who have such a fast release. He's a card that is considered to be elite, but not necessarily someone I vibe with. Okay, so I already see what he's trying to do right here. He's trying to do the drag back cheese. Okay, drag back, speed boost cheese, crossover. So I collapse on defense, and I think that's a pretty good defensive possession right there. So I try to push on defense. So instead of trying to drive through, I see what he does, and he doesn't react on defense, giving me a wide open 3-point shot. So the first tip I want you to do is to slow things down. Don't get sped up, especially by how teams are playing defense. So again, drag back, drag back. Yeah, he's trying to do drag back, speed boost into a leaner, or one of the toughest cards to guard in the game. So I think I did pretty well in those first two possessions, but ultimately it's again there. I didn't step up. I wanted to see if he was going to take that shot. So at this point, I'm going to try to execute my offense. So at this point right here, I see AK clear out to the other side, and you have D-Book there at an empty corner. So I just hold circle to ask for a handoff. Ralph Sampson actually screens off Jokic out there because he's such a wide body out of that handoff, giving us an open dunk. So again, trying to see what we won't give up here. I denied the screen entry. I think I play good defense right here. So he's trying to do that drag back, speed boost. Okay, see, that's the problem with trying to close out hard. Teams will punish you on bailouts again, but it's what you're willing to give up. So you can see his defense is on tight or even deny, and he's trying to get you to overreact on passes so he can bait passing lanes. He's also trying to deny a lot of actions on the perimeter. So my goal here is to try to maximize my efficiency, and see, as you can right there, because he's got deny, tight, everything off ball, he'll try to play passing lanes and get steals. So my goal right now is to not create turnovers, which makes it much easier for my opponent to punish me, especially with a lineup like his. So I ask for a pick and roll, see how he decides to defend this. It's a soft drop, and then he switches at the last minute, giving us an open alley-oop for Ralph Sampson right there. So that's reading pick and roll defense, trying to see what coverages he gives you. Again, drag back, explode, or explode the opposite direction into a 3-point shot. This is a guy that wants to put pressure on you, and my advice is to make him pay for gambles like that. These types of players typically operate differently when they're up versus when they're down. If you put a little bit of pressure on them, they're gonna fold. So what I want to do is get into an early lead, Don't give him too many opportunities to make me pay for mistakes. I already had one turnover. I want to minimize my turnovers and maximize my efficiency. So this one right here, I asked for a double because Manute is a mismatch. I got lucky that he missed that. My rotation was a bit slow, but that's something I'm trying to improve. What you'll see here is that my 5-on-5 defense still needs a lot of work. My on-ball defense needs a lot of work, but I'm going to work on it. I mistimed that one. I made a bad read. I thought he went under the screen, giving me enough time to hit the 3-point shot. We're fortunate to get the rebound. Again, he switches this one, but he was too late in establishing that switching offense. So my advice right there is to not switch immediately to the on-ball defender. Once you get beat from the first action, give the computer time to recover for you, because once you switch on to the CPU, there's gonna be a delay in how long you can enter inputs, and it will leave you in, and your defender can leave you in the dust if you guess wrong immediately. So here we're playing good defense, pressuring him, making him pay, and now we're trying to build a lead. Just because he's got a giant lineup and a great bench, I want to make sure that, you know, my starting lineup gets into a good start, because my second five isn't exactly the best and can't necessarily compete with him in terms of the disadvantage situation. So here I'm playing good defense. I'm fine with that shot, but it put me out of position to get that rebound, and he makes me pay. So one thing I want to do is limit offensive rebounds, limit turnovers, make sure that the possession game is almost even. And here's a good play right here. I make an icon lead pass, and look at that right there. Devin Booker staring down MJ out of the dunk. So that was icon lead pass. We led Devin Booker towards the basket because of how tight the off-ball defense is. He's susceptible to those kinds of plays, and watch out for that. That's something that I continue to do in this game. I like my first quarter, and this is where it gets troubling, because he's got Rick Smits, Invincible LeBron, he's got Hero Jokic on the floor, he's got KD and Ben Simmons. That's just an incredible lineup, and it's something that I can't really match up with. Okay, here I try to show extra help on LeBron, but Rick Smits is so good with that elite release, even if it was a proximity contest of around 7%. So here I want to use my Harden combo. Bam, 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 bam. He doesn't know how to defend it. Open shot, boom. He's not clearly a good one-on-one defender. He likes to rely on the CPU settings in particular. So anytime you can be in a situation where you can cook like that, test their one-on-one defense. I had great help defense right there. Here I push, hit him with a moving crossover, hit him with another Harden escape. Bam. Quick 4 points for James Harden. That's the escape, dribble escape package for James Harden. In my opinion, it's the best in the game. Really great at creating separation. Again, great the help defense by Hidu right here. Unfortunately, he gets an offensive rebound, but he didn't hit that shot with LeBron. So here I want to attack again, put some pressure, make sure that we keep applying pressure on his defense. I like that shot. I mistimed it, but I like that shot. Momentum shot fake into a pull-up jumper. I like that shot. I'll take that shot every single time. Again, his offense is not necessarily it's not good. It's the drag back speed boost, which unfortunately is an overpowered move in NBA 2K. He had Arvydas Sabonis got caught in a mismatch against Ben Simmons. So here I want to initiate a pick and roll. Look at the defense he has right here. It's deny everything. So I ask for a timeout just because there's no movement right there. Instead of, you know, getting put in a situation where I give him a chance to run in transition after a turnover, I just call for a timeout and we'll reset our offense. So I like the pace we're playing at right now. We're not getting rushed. We're playing disciplined enough defense, making the right decisions, and that's a bad turnover. So see, turnovers are something you can't give up, especially with a meta lineup against a meta playstyle. Their playstyle is based on maximizing or minimizing their mistakes and maximizing offensive opportunities. That's why they like to do pick and rolls, drag backs, leaners. Those are some of the highest percentage moves in the game. So I think I played great defense right there. Unfortunately, Rick Smits is Rick Smits. Drag back, speed boost, goes around our defender right there. And that's the game. That's gonna be the game. They're gonna keep hitting you with these types of plays. And it's up to you to not get frustrated about it. So here, I'm just trying to slow the pace down. He's got a great lineup in there. So I had no explosion right there. It was a great move, but I'm starting to fatigue, so my moves are coming in slow. This should have been a travel, but we got blessed. So again, just make sure that you don't create turn opportunities for your opponent. So I'm shooting 63%, he's shooting 50%, which, believe it or not, for a game mode like Unlimited is good defense. And here is a situation where unfortunately I thought I guarded the initial move well. I overreacted a little bit, and that kind of a mistake, that small window, created an open shot for my opponent. So here's how I'm playing realistically. I'm just reading the coverages, seeing what mistakes he'll create for himself. A lot of players will beat themselves in certain defensive possessions. He was aggressive with trying to read lanes, so I just stayed patient and attacked attacked the situation appropriately. See, I shaded him there towards the help, and that's good defense right there. I know that after the drag back, the first move is usually a speed boost on the ball hand side, so I shaded him that way, prevented him from going middle, led him towards the help defense of Hidu Turkalu, and we got a steal as a result. That's team defense right there, and that's working with the team defense of your CPU. So right here, I bring back my starting lineup. Again, I made a bad read right there. That's Giannis. So I should have read the drag back, speed boost to the same side. I made a bad play. So here I'm using 21 delay. The first action, if you go to your big up top, is a bounce pass towards your point guard, who was supposed to set a rub screen and a down screen for your shooting guard right there. But we use an icon bounce pass to lead our Devin Booker towards the basket. And here, that's Invincible Shaq. What are you gonna do? I have a much lower defender. I thought I played great defense in trying to contain the ride, but you know, it is what it is. Don't let those types of plays get in the way of your game. Again, we're trying to create offense out of our 21 delay freelance. Nothing going here. I make a mistake here. This was supposed to be a fadeaway to the opposite side so we can do the soundbar shuffle. This was a bad execution of the inputs. And you can see quickly, after he creates what I call a shot turnover, a bad shot leading to an easy transition opportunity, he attacks Ralph Sampson. That's a matchup I'm concerned with right now. He's targeting Ralph Sampson just because Shaq is so much quicker than him. So right now, I made two bad offensive possessions back to back here, and this is me getting flustered. On top of that, I fouled him, giving him an easy 2 points. So you can see here how turnovers lead to easy opportunities, and from there it can snowball into bad momentum. So here, I want to call a play. Mostly because this is the end of the quarter. I had two bad possessions. Look at how he's defending Ralph Sampson up top right there. He's denying Ralph Sampson when he shouldn't. So I recognize this. I call quick plays and ask Ralph to cut to the basket because he stopped blocking us and overplaying us. An easy 2 points. Cutting to the basket can get overpowered, but in this situation right here, it's an appropriate basketball play. We make the right read and get an easy 2 points based on how the off-ball defense coverage is defending us. So every time you see someone denying you certain actions on offense, if they're playing tight, deny, or smother defense, ask for a backdoor cut. And that's something I keyed on in this possession right here. He doesn't want me attacking him from the perimeter, executing any sauce, so I have to rely on the freelance, and later on I'll call more set plays because I can see how effective they are in trying to set everything up. And this is a situation where I had great help defense, but I made a bad rotation. Something I'm gonna improve on moving forward. So here again, I tried to call for another play. Had to get Tim Thomas here. He switches on Tim Thomas. Tracy McGrady is on the wrong side of the screen. He stopped blocking the screen. So I immediately call for an alley-oop play on the roll out of that Fist 25 play. So again, drag back, drag back, drag back. So I'm making the right rotations here. This is great defense by me. I want to see what he wants to do. Drag back. Speed boost there. I think this is great defense. We cut him off. We made the bad read. We actually had a good defensive animation there, cutting off the dunk into a layup. But again, at this point of the game, and I don't understand why that turnover there. I just got hold on that play. But again, at this stage of the game, even if you get bad animations for certain cards, I mean, they're 99 everything, so it's very difficult to get stops. Drag back, speed boost, same side. Again, he's beating me on there, and at this point, it's me being stubborn. I want to try to get better on-ball defense, but I'm making bad reads right here, overreacting a lot. It's something that I want to improve, but you know, I'm trying to work on it. So we call a play right here because we're in the danger zone. This is an example of a branching play. That initial play wasn't intended for AK, but we waited a little bit, and if you replay that, you'll see that the play diagram changed. So instead, it set up 2 staggered screens for Andrei Kirilenko to curl off of those screens into an easy 3-point shot. And at that point, because I was down 6, I needed to take control of the game with an easy offensive possession, and that succeeded. Again, here we're playing great defense, drag back. I want to know, there you go, second drag back into that speed boost. And that was a much better read. So this is what I'm trying to say. I want to get better on-ball defense, even against these meta moves. So frustration foul for him right there. I put on 2 solid possessions back to back, and those are keys to getting you in the game. So watch this play right here. I tried to get him to jump so that I can attack his closeout. Instead, he was still top blocking me after I let go of the ball. I held triangle to send Devin Booker into a back cut, and that was an easy give and go opportunity right there. So that's reading how the defense is basically playing you. He's trying to deny everything in the perimeter, denying Devin Booker for some of my actions right there. So now I've keyed in on my game plan. He's trying to deny a lot of my perimeter actions. He's got tight defense off ball, deny defense even, I would say. And in those situations, if you see the defense is playing you tight, trying to deny you a certain direction, ask for a backdoor cut. You'll get easy 2 points almost every time. And he's not adjusting. Take a look at how he's defending Tim Thomas, for example, or even Jokic in this situation. So I tried to ask for a pick and roll here. I attacked Ben Simmons off the bounce. He read wrong. Hit him with the Devin Booker sauce. Step back jumper elite. Such an elite counter. And the goal here against these types of God meta squads, there will be BS that goes in their favor. You don't want to give them the satisfaction of trying to get a little bit too far, because when they get a little cushion, that's when they start gaining confidence and start doing a lot of the crazy stuff. So that there, I can't do anything about a standing dunk. But again, he's playing me tight, even in the backcourt. You just got to make them pay. Hit him with one moving crossover and get to the basket. So again, these are home run plays that are meant to discourage you. Don't get discouraged. Play it 1 possession at a time. He's up 4. I like where I'm at. Just keep it close. Don't get flustered. His Ben Simmons defense. Again, look at that. That's bad defense right there. He's overcommitting. So again, I use Ralph Sampson as an offensive hub. He was overplaying me once again, so I just asked for a backdoor cut. Another example of a give and go play. Again, he that first crossover gets me to shift, and then he initiates that into a drag back speed boost combo. It's his best offense, and I'm doing a poor job of defending it. But here again, his full court pressure is pretty bad. When you have a bad full court press against, you just make them pay by going to the basket. And his help defense settings are maximized so that you don't kick the ball out. So there was no help defense going to the basket, and I got an end one. So here I read this drag back speed boost, but he crosses over quick for another speed boost. And this is the difficulty of trying to guess. And if you got a guy who's good at counters out of the initial defensive possession, again, he gambled, giving me a free lane to the basket. And at this point, I want to make him pay for every gamble. Want to maximize my possessions as well. This is not necessarily, so now we're going away from the play calling bag and trying to make him pay for the, and that's just again 99 invincible cards. What are you gonna do? That was great defense, but he's playing poor defense. I'm nearly 80% shooting. I'm getting to the basket at will. This isn't like saucy basketball or basketball that's built on plays or freelances, but now it's built on punishing how our defender is defending us, and we're maximizing opportunities. You know, I know that at one point I'm gonna get a stop. He's gonna fold under pressure, so I play good defense right there. He wanted to go to a corner leaner, so here I know what he wants to do. I stop it. See, again, at some point I'm gonna get a stop if I stay disciplined and am willing to give up certain things. Right there is a great defensive possession. We prevented him from going to the speed boost both times here. I got a right animation, but again, that's Giannis being Giannis. What am I gonna do? So again, we just want to make sure that we don't get turnovers. We initiate the freelance here. Again, look at that right there. We go high-low. He's denying Andrei Kirilenko out of that curl. So instead we just send Andrei Kirilenko to a back cut. So here again, I know he's going to make a mistake. He's shooting 70%. I'm playing solidly. I'm not getting the defensive stops that I want. I'm making certain mistakes, but now I'm keying on certain things he likes to do. Forced him into a couple of mistakes. And this is where I'm entering into the mindset that I need a lead. I need a cushion heading into the fourth so that he's not playing pressure free. You want to make sure that your opponent has some pressure because they'll make bad decisions. They'll take rushed shots. They'll get a little nervous. These are the types of players that you usually come up against online, and if they got a god squad, they're trying to overcompensate for what I would say is a lack of skill and hopefully trying to let the cards get the win for them. Again, bad pressure defense right there. Easy 2 points. 3-point cushion is nothing in my team, but it's a cushion that's enough in my opinion. He started the quarter with I think a 6 or 7 point lead, and for us to be down by 3 is big. It's a situation where we want to be in. So I'm trying to buy minutes for my starters, want to make sure that I close out with him. So let's see what we can do right here. And I can see his indicator and his shack fell asleep, so we make him pay. Easy 2 points. No, this is not a charity. I'm not here to wait for him to switch on defense. But unfortunately, we didn't get back enough. And I see he's got his strongest 5 on court, which concerns me at this point. So I want to make sure that when you get too deep in the paint, that's when a lot of turnovers happen. And he's got a lot of length. He'll play passing lane, so I call the timeout. And in this situation, I'm like, I can't risk it. He's got his best 5. I need my best 5 in. So here I want, yeah, that's a quick speed boost out of the Francis size up. Easy 2 points. My goal here is to build a lead and put pressure on him, and you know, have a little cushion because I know some of the I'm confident that he's going to miss that shot. A non-planted pull-up, not even a leaner. I was confident. So here, see what pressure can do. I'm only up by 5 points and he is rushing. He had an open 3 if he planted his feet and set himself up for a jump shot. Instead, he rushed into a pull-up jumper because he's operating from a deficit. This is the importance of getting a lead against these types of guys. So now I want to get Devin Booker out of that handoff. Unfortunately, Tim Thomas right there brings the defense to us, and as a result, it threw me off. That was poor management of the CPU offense as well. Part of it is my fault, but I was hoping that Tim Thomas didn't run into us right there. Again, create easy opportunities out of offense. Okay, I get a little bit too deep right here. I want to kick it out. Okay, set him up right here. Ask for a screen. I wanted to pull up here. I held the analog stick to the basket a little bit too long, and it resulted in a layup. But that should have been an easy pull-up, and I was a little bit heated at the moment right there. That would have given me a 7-point lead because I don't miss with D-Book, man. And instead of being up 7, I'm down 3. I'm up 3, instead a 4-point swing. And that's why it's important to maximize your possessions by, you know, trying to stay disciplined with your offense and making sure your execution is on point. I made a mistake right there and it cost me with the 4-point swing. Now he's on full court offense mode. And I make a mistake right here. I get a little bit too deep with nothing going. I try to pass it out, and because of the length there, so that was a mistake. I made 2 mistakes right here. I made 2 mistakes, and these are crucial. Those are the types of mistakes that will... Third mistake right there, got caught up in a bad move, drag back, speed boost, and instead of going up 7, I'm only up by 1. But this is a big play right here. Again, you want to punish the full court press by attacking quickly. Leave your first defender behind, and he was trying to play me 2-on-1. I passed it to the corner after I got a soft commitment from Ball right there. It was a 9% contest, but I'm confident in my ability to hit a contested jumper with Nikola Jokic. It was a small opening, but I was confident in that. So here, I know he wants a speed boost. I gap him a little bit. I read it right. Got rewarded with a block. And this is the biggest play of the game right here. Defense forced to collapse. 3-point out of the corner. Second corner 3 for Nikola Jokic. And with 2.5 minutes left, now I want to force him into making some mistakes. But unfortunately, that's just great shot making right there. I cushioned him a little bit, I gap him a little bit because I was thinking drag back, speed boost, dunk. But again, now I'm just putting pressure on him, trying to make him pay for his poor defense, especially trying to pressure me. He should have abandoned the full court press when he knew I had a counter for it. Again, drag back, drag back. Here again, help defense was there, the right animation was there, but that was just T-Mac being T-Mac. See, he's 15 for 18. There's as good a defense as he can play sometimes, man. You just have to outscore them on the offensive end. So here, I'm not confident and I can attack that, so I bring him out, hit him with a Devin Booker dagger, a spin jumper wide open, using ball slow ass momentum against them, and hit him with that nice spin jumper. So that was great offense right there. That was great defense by me. I didn't get the contest, but I knew if I ran across him, I would get the proximity contest. So now I want to maximize this. High-low play, deny defense, ask for the backdoor cut, disciplined offense after good defense. And this situation right here, making the right reads, man. Okay, that was great defense. That should have been a contest. My hands were up. I was right there. I didn't know why that was open. But that's why you should operate with a lead, because you don't know what types of BS will happen in endgame situations. 5-point lead, 1 minute and 10 seconds, certainly not yet over. So we're maximizing possessions right here. No help coming from anywhere. We hit him with the Ralph Sampson sauce. My goodness. Oh, we're cooking, baby. We're cooking. Ralph Sampson sauce, 5 out. Post play, post spin, hezzy, counter with a crossover. Again, he makes me pay with a 3-point shot. 50 seconds. I want to make sure that I maximize my possessions right here. So we're trying to do again with a pick and roll with Devin Booker. He's playing drop. If you're playing drop on someone like Deep Book, hit him with that mid-range pull-up, that Devin Booker leaner. This is us just making sure that, you know, the offense is as clean as possible. The defensive read was right there. He's operating under pressure now. We hung in despite being down by 6 points early in the game. We put enough pressure on him, made him pay for the mistakes that he made. We made bad plays in the start of the fourth, composed ourselves, stayed disciplined on offense, called plays at the right time, called pick and rolls at the right time, put him in ISO situations at the right time. So you want to mix up going ISO, using freelance offense, calling plays at the right time, and staying disciplined on defense. So this was an example of how playing realistically is a viable option in my team. In the cheesiest game mode, against the cheesiest squad, against the cheesiest play style, stay disciplined, vary your offense, roll with the punches, because at this stage in the game, people are gonna make everything. Look at that, ball hitting a logo shot. You just have to stay composed. Look, I was at a certain points when I was rushed during this game. It turned out poorly for me. So when I stayed composed, I got offensive opportunities at will. I shot, I think, 80% for this entire game. Stayed within myself. Used a variety of offensive moves, offensive play calls, the back cut opportunistically, and we got the W.